Only on stack is Sarah.
I got a call from somebody from Occupy Wall Street today. I don't know why they called me, but anyway. They are going to have a bus full of people come down the East Coast visiting all the occupations from New York to Florida. And he said that they haven't quite got their schedule worked out yet, but they're thinking they'll be here the third weekend in December. And I suggested they email outreach and coordination. They're going to be talking to all of us, giving out a survey to see like what we think we need from them. They can offer, facilitation training, other workshops, all kinds of stuff. So, is what he said. He said the third week of December, he thinks.
Alright, thank you, Sarah. Moving on to committee report backs. If you are with the committee and you have something to report back to the rest of the group, please raise your hand and get on stack.
Hey, where did you go meet at? Did y'all meet at 4?
Today? I did. Usually after the
Does anyone else have committee report backs? Alright, stack is now closed.
Okay, on stack we have Graham, Sarah, and me.
Graham?
Action needs at least one direct link of communication for every committee. So when we plan actions, we can immediately send it out, and there won't be any we didn't know kind of arguments there. So if anybody for every committee could give me a reliable source of communication, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Point of information.
I have a question. Why isn't it just the bottom liners?
I didn't say this is the bottom line.
Like, why don't you just email the bottom liners?
I don't necessarily agree with the bottom liner idea, and those emails aren't usually checked, even though some of those people are sit in our meetings and still say they didn't know about it. I want one source of information for each committee that would be from action to the other committee.
I just think that might be problematic because sometimes people leave town or something.
Y'all speak up.
I'm just saying, I think that we have all of these normal, we have these emails, we have these Google groups, we have all these many, ways that we set up to communicate to make sure we have backup, because sometimes people who go out of town or don't check their email or something happens. So if we have message boards and emails and all those things and phone systems, are we going to start using those or are we not? Instead of having all these, different webs.
I don't think there's any problem with setting up another line of communication that we could use all of these things. I myself am tired of people saying they don't know about actions when they were in the meeting that these actions were planned at. I'm trying to get around all of this so there's no more Facebook complaints about people not knowing what was going on in the actions. So again, I would like at least one reliable communication link presented to action so we can always go back and forth with these. We set one up with Medic right before the GA. I would like to set one up with everybody else.
Point of information.
Two things. Number one, yesterday it was proposed that we start meeting 4 times a week during GA instead. And I mentioned something about a spokes council. I have kind of a general guideline of a spokes council that we can use, where one person from each committee meets up 3 times a week in substitute of the General Assembly. That might address that problem, the communications problem. And secondly, I don't know if anybody's going to act on this yet, but I also proposed to the organization committee, I'm not sure the official name of it, that we compile, instead of having 21 different groups working, we narrow it down to 8 groups, 8 basic core groups, and all these smaller groups that we have that meet maybe once, twice a month work under these groups instead, such as arts and literature groups now meet under media, so it's all under this one thing. It might just help organization and keep communication flowing a little bit easier. I think those two things, if we do decide to adopt it and make the finer points a little bit better, I think that might help a little bit with organization communication. Just as a point of information.
Sarah?
Coordination is supposed to be coordinating between groups. That's what they're supposed to be doing. And also there's already a bottom liners meeting that happens once a week. So
that bottom liners meeting is not really effective. Everybody's agenda is so long, you don't really get to everything, and plus it only meets once a week. We don't have to have actions planned a week in advance. We need something concrete that happens steadily. I like that idea. I also like the email idea. We need as many communication lines set up so this doesn't happen anymore.